Hello everyone, it's me again, and today I'm going to show you how to create a polyrhythm on your keyboard. I'm going to create it on PSRS 670, my keyboard, and you can create it on any keyboard if your keyboard has a rhythm creator function. But before that, I would like to give you some information about polyrhythm. Polyrhythm comes from the word polyphonic, which means that two or more than two layers of music. Before that, the music used to be monophonic, which means that only one layer of music. Polyrhythm means that we have got two or more different kinds of time signatures playing at the same time. Of course, if you want to make a polyrhythm, then only you are watching this video. But I will warn you that polyrhythms don't sound that well, and they don't sound that melodious because they are not supposed to sound like that. And neither are our brains supposed to play or listen to such kind of music. So let's begin, and before that, don't forget to like and subscribe my channel and press that notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I post new videos. I've already created a sample. I will let you hear it. Here's it. Of course, it doesn't sound very well, but it's a polyrhythm. So here's the 5/4 rhythm. So I've created it in a bass of 5/4, but here you can see that the bass, which is piano, of course all the instruments I've set are piano with the same tone, and the bass part is in 4/4. Even though it is played on 5/4. So here you can hear that the metronome is playing 5/4, but the bass part is playing piano. So I'll let you hear both of them together. Now the chord 1, it plays 5/4. So if you play both of them together, this one is 4/4 and this one is 5/4. So just both of these tones will give you a polyrhythm. But the one which we are creating includes a 4/4 rhythm, a 5/4, a 7/4, a 2/4, a 3/4, and a 12/4. So you have got 6 different rhythms for 6 different tones. So I will tell you how to create these first two rhythms. So first we will create just the 5/4, the normal one. I am using a sort of a C major arpeggio, a shortened version of it, that. I missed the beat, so we'll do it again. So here you have got 5 beats. Before I record 4/4, I would like you to know the reason why we are using 5/4. I suggest that you should always, if you are making a polyrhythm, always start with the complex time signature. The only complex time signature which we have got here is 5/4. We only got 4 options: 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. Now you must understand that 2/4 and 4/4 are normal time signatures, and you can play on that. And 3/4 is also like that. Here we have got no semi-quaver or quaver beats like 7, 8. Neither we have got minim 2, 2, 4, 2, 6, 2 or such. So we have to only use crochet as that is 1 as the main part of the beat, and the only complex rhythm which we have got is 5/4. Now here we have got a mathematical secret in that. 2, 3 and 4, 4 is the only composite number we have got, but you must understand that 2 is a number which is divisible by every even number, and 3 is divisible by every third number, which is its multiple. But 5/4 is a prime, and musically 5/4 isn't the most complex. I would say 7/4 is the most complex, but we haven't got that option here, so I am using 5/4. So we will now record 4/4. So you can just record. You don't need any external help or such any other device, so that you can play metronome on that and change the tempo so that you can record along with that. We will just do some simple mathematical calculation, and then we will be able to record in 4/4. So if you divide 5 by 4, you get 1.25. In musical terms, 1.25 means 5 semiquavers. 0.25 into 5 gives you 1.25. So which is very simple. I will record it and show it to you, and then you will understand. Sorry, I missed the beat. So what we will do that before I record, I think I should just tell you so that you can understand it more properly. So we will play the first beat just at the metronome's bell, and after the first tick goes on, that is the first beat has been completed, then we will wait for 0.25 beats more so that we can have 1.25. Then the next beat we will play at 2.5, because 1.25 plus 1.25 gives you 2.5. So which means that 2 crotchets and a quaver. So after 2.5 beats you have to play another note. Then if you add 1.25 to 2.5, you will get 3.75, which means that you have to play the next note, the third note at the last note at 3 crotchets and 3 semiquavers, which will give you 3.75 beats. So let's record it. I suggest that whenever you record parts which are other than the basic rhythm, our basic rhythm here is 5/4, and we are recording time signatures other than that. So I suggest that you should always slow down the tempo so that you can do it more easily. So here you can see that the first bell and the first note. See, here goes the second tick, but we have not played along with it, because we had to wait 0.25 beats so that we can get 1.25, 2.5, 3.75. So here if we listen to it without metronome, we will see that it is a 4/4 rhythm. Now the metronome will keep on disturbing you, so I suggest that you record give a single drum or percussion so that it does not pop up again and again. This one's loud. See now the metronome won't disturb you. So here if I just play the 4/4 part, you will be able to listen that it's only 4 beats. It's a little bit irregular, but if you do it more accurately, then you will reach there. Now the most difficult part of creating this is 7/4. If you want to take some external help, which I mean that you have a metronome, or you download the metronome on your phone and you do some calculations, and you will get that if you play 7/4 rhythm at this tempo, it will equal to 5/4 rhythm at the tempo of 90. I think you must get what I'm saying. So that will give you a 7/4 rhythm, and you can record it along with the metronome on your phone, or just the metronome. But I suggest that you just do it manually so that you can get the reason behind what we are doing. So of course it's very difficult. It's not impossible, but it requires a lot of practice and even some calculations, I would say. But we don't want to do that here. So of course you won't be able to play 4/4 and 7/4 together, because I'm not able to play that, and I don't think anybody would be able to. As I said, it is almost impossible. So what I suggest is that for every beat you play 7 notes. Like you have got triplet, then quadruplet, and I don't know what you call for 7 notes together in just one crochet, but I suggest that you play 7 notes in just one crochet. So we will try to do that. I think it's easier that we play 3.5 because that rhythm for 7/4 has been like set in my brain. So I'll just play something like this or something like this. This is a 7/4 rhythm. So what we will do that we will play this 3.5 beat at every crochet. I think we should slow down a little bit more. We are not getting it. I think we have got it. Exactly like that. So now I don't think that you would be able to convert it into a 7/4. I will give you some explanation behind it. So we are playing 3.5 beats at every crochet, which means that in total we are playing 14 beats. So, but we want 7/4, which means that every second beat we have to play a single note. So 14 by 2 you will get 7. So then only you will get 7 notes. But it is not possible because the half beat will, that the last quiver beat will disturb you. It won't allow you to concentrate so that you can play a note at every 2 beats because it will disturb the balance. So what I suggest that we have got this 3.5 beat. So I suggest that you convert that 3 crochets into quavers. So you will get 6 quavers and the last quiver is already there. So you will get 7 quavers. So we will do that now. You can hear that I am snapping at every half crochet beat and it will sink in with the last 7th beat. I suggest that you record different rhythms in different octaves. Otherwise, if you play the same note, then it will because of technical problems it will not sound that well. See, we have missed it a little bit at the I think the third bar. So now we have got 28 beats in total. I will tell you. We have got 4/4. So at every beat we have got 7 beats, which means that in total in just this bar we have got 28 beats. But we want 7. So for that, every 4th beat we will play a note. So if you divide 28 by 4, you will get 7. I will show you, then you will be able to understand what I am saying. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. So at the 5th beat you have to play again, then at the 9th, then at the 13th, then at the 17th, then at the 21st, then at the 25th. So you will get 7 notes. I will tell you, see, 1 5 9 13 17 21 and 25. See, 7 notes you have got. So I will record it every 4th beat, and the same thing you have to do if you want a 7/4. 1 2 3 4 5. I think we have got a 7/4. I will just check that if we have. I will increase the tempo so that we can listen to it more accurately. See, we have got it. We have got 7/4. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So now I will play the 4/4 and 7/4 together. Now I will play 5/4, 4/4 and 7/4 all together. See, we have done a mistake here that we have recorded 4/4 and 5/4 at the same octave. That is why the notes are. You will feel that the notes are repeating. See, you can hear that the C at the first beat is the same. So something this sort of will occur if you play the same note again and again. I mean at the same time. See, so it is like no 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 no, like that sort of I would say transposition is occurring. So we'll just record the 5/4 part at a different octave. I suggest you take the lower octave so that you can hear it separately, as it is, as 5/4 is the basic rhythm. I'll record it again because I think that I've played D note along with C. I will make its volume low because it is overpowering the 4/4. Now I will play 4/4, 5/4 and 7/4 all together again. Oh, sorry. I think I have played the wrong part. Here you have got your 7/4. Here you got your 4/4 and here you got your 5/4. Now we'll delete the other parts which we have used to help in creating 7/4, which is chord 1 and pad. We'll delete both of these so that we can make space for other time signatures. Now we'll create 2/4. 2/4 is quite easy. If you play at every second beat of 4/4, you will get 2/4. So this isn't a big headache, so I'll just do that. I will stop the metronome, otherwise it will disturb us. I will record it at the highest octave. See, we missed the third beat, and that is why it is sounding odd. I will lower down the tempo so that we can do it easily. A lag is happening here at the fourth beat and in the repetition of the first beat. It will happen if you are not at the exact moment, but it's okay if you make it faster, then you won't be able to notice it. And secondly, you can re-record it if you want. I'm not doing it here because I've already got a demo ready. So now we will play 5/4, 4/4, 2/4 and 7/4. Now we will create another kind of whenever I play or record something like this, I always categorize different time signatures as even, a triplet, or a prime number. So 2/4, 4/4, 8/4 sort of thing is not there. So 2/4 and 4/4, which are the basic, I would say the basic pillars of music, come in the even ones. 3/4, 6/4 or 6/8, 9/8 or 9/4, 12/8 or 12/4. These all come in triplets one, even though their groupings are different, because if we talk about 6-2, its grouping is in minim, or if we talk about 6-8, its grouping is in quiver. So their grouping might be different, but they eventually add up to the same thing. So I categorize it as 3-4, 6-4, 9-4 and 12-4. Then we get the remaining prime numbers, which are 5 and 7. So you get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now we will play the triplet part. We haven't got our 3-4 and 12-4, which are the only ones remaining. So now what we will do is that we will play an arpeggio along with 2-4. So what will happen is that you will get a triplet. So you have to play a triplet at every beat of 2-4. It will give you a 12-4 because an arpeggio contains 6 notes. I will show it to you. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you've got 6 notes. So if you play these 6 notes 2 times for these 2 beats, you will get 12-4. So we will do that. I think this octave is still remaining, so we'll play it in this one. I think we have missed the beat again, so we'll do that. Again we have missed the beat. Here we have got your 12-4. 12 notes into 2 crochet beats. And the last one which is remaining is 3-4. Now 3-4 is quite easy if you play at every fourth beat of 12-4. So if you will get your 3-4. That is, if you divide 12 by 4, you will get 3 notes, of course. So we will do that. I will use the lowest octave because this one's the only one which we have not used. I will slow it down so that we can do it more accurately. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we can just assume it. We have lost it for a big part now. Again we will retry. No matter. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll lower down its volume so that we can hear that 12-4. This is just for temporary measures. After that we will again set both of them to just 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry. I think I recorded the third beat at just the 12-4 part, so we'll do it again. The video was paused and I tried it for a long time, and I think that we have got a lesson to learn here, that even even if you try it, then don't try to create 12-4 first, because if you create 12-4 first, then you won't have any source to create 3-4. So because 3-4 is a more basic and original compared to 12-4, so I suggest that you create 3-4 first, and after that you create 12-4. So what we'll do is that we'll record a triplet. We'll play a triplet with 2-4. So we'll get 6 beats. That is 3 into 2, 6 beats. So what we'll do is that if we play a beat at every second with this 6 beat, So if you divide 6 by 2, you will get 3 beats. So let's do that. Okay. Okay, so now we will play it every second beat. You see, we have got 6 beats. Okay, so let's start. I will fasten the tempo so that you will be clearly able to hear a 3/4. So right, we have completed our whole polyrhythm. Now I told you that we will record a 12/4, so we'll do that. But if you want to create a 9/8, then also you can do that. What you will do that we have already got 3 beats in the phrase 2. So what you will do that you will play a triplet with that every beat. So 3 into 3, 9, you will get 9 beats. We have got a 6/4 here, but we wanted 12/4. So again I will do what I had done last time. I will record an arpeggio along with 2/4. So now we have got 5/4 in the bass, 4/4 in the chord 1, then I think 7/4 in the, not 7/4, yes, 2/4. So 5/4 in the bass, 4/4 in the chord 1, 2/4 in the chord 2, 12/4 in the pad part, 7/4 in the phrase 1, and 3/4 in the phrase 2. We will hear all of them together. I will separate the instruments so that we can hear them more separately, different sounds. I have assigned them different sounds, and let us hear how does it sound. Okay, I honestly, it doesn't sound that good, but that doesn't matter. We wanted to create a polyrhythm and we have created it. And lastly, again, don't forget to like and subscribe my channel and share to your friends, whoever is interested, and stay safe, stay home.